Hola, and welcome to another session of character modeling with me, Steve Moore, aka S'more. You can find me on ArtStation under S'more. Since the last episode I did on buttons, I've made some progress on the model the series is based on. I am moving at a snail's pace, admittedly, but I did manage to get her legs close to final and add the base. And in the background, I've been working on some retopology. Now, normally in production, you build a high-res model first and then you do the low, but I've been working all over the place for this project. Anywho, there you go. This episode, we're going to focus on zippers. Now, the last session, I did promise to talk about getting her into the final pose and exporting to ZBrush, and I will cover that in the next episode. But I think, for now, I think zippers are going to be enough for this session. Xion has a number of zippers on her jacket. It's a biker jacket, and I think, zippers are a good cliche kind of thing to put on a biker jacket. They add some interest to, a little bit of shininess, a little shiny kind of contrast between the leather and the metal. So we'll start with the cuffs, and because they're an opportunity to show you guys also how you can pose the zippers. So, rather than just having the zipper just kind of closed, I want to have it a little bit half open, so for a more natural look, right? So to begin with, we're going to create the opening for the zipper. To begin, we'll create an opening for the zipper. Now, if you've watched my previous episodes, you're pretty familiar with splitting lines by now. Sorry if this is a bit repetitive, but I just want to make sure that new people to the channel are up to speed as well. We'll start by right-clicking on the line that defines the bottom of the sleeve, and we're going to choose Split. We'll use the Split 2 line segments option, and I'm just going to guess at the appropriate value to begin the opening. It's not too important at this point because we can always move things around later, once we kind of have our opening in the 3D viewport, and it's easier to see, kind of gauge where it should fall. Okay, so we have the first point for our opening. Let's click on that new line segment and choose Split once again. And this point is going to define the width of our zipper. Again, this can be modified later, so an approximation is fine. Of course, I'm going to try and get as close as possible to what I think it should be. So now we have this new kind of little line segment that defines the opening. We want to click on that little segment, and this time, choosing Split, we will use the Uniform Split option, and that will create a third center point. So this center point, I'm going to drag up vertically to define the length of our zipper. At this point, we can see the results in the 3D viewport, and I'm reasonably happy with the location. So, I got lucky, and so we can move on. So we have a wedge shape right now, and we really want a nice rectangular square shape for our zipper. So we will add one more point to the new line segment here, and this will be used to turn that wedge shape into a nice rectangular opening for our zipper. So when working with zippers in Marvelous Designer, it is best, by the way, to create straight edges. You want to avoid trying to add a zipper to a curve. It really doesn't work. So our goal here is to make nice, square shapes. Okay, it's zipper time. To create the zipper, we're going to select the zipper tool, which you'll find in the menu bar here. And it looks like this. Right, to add the zipper, we first click on the point where we want our zipper to begin. This would be the point where on the real jacket, that would be where your zipper was completely closed. And the end point is where you would drag the zipper to open the cuff. So we're going to start by clicking on that first point, dragging the mouse along the line to the end point of our zipper, and double clicking to complete the first half. Next, we'll return to the starting point on the opposite side and repeat, double clicking on the final endpoint to finish the zipper. And voila, we now have a zipper. All right. And yeah, it does look a little janky, but not to worry, that will be fixed momentarily. Now you'll notice that one side is of there's two pieces of material that comprise the zipper, both halves of the zipper, and one side appears darker than the other. The darker side is indicating that the normals are flipped. And for those of you who are not familiar with normals, I will cover in more depth when we come to retopology. But for now, it's enough to know that a polygon has a direction, right? And this is dictated by the normals, the face normals of the polygon. So in order to fix that, we need to invert the direction. So we're looking at the back. It's dark because we're looking at the back side of the polygon, and so therefore we're going to flip those normals. To do this, we'll select the move tool, then we're going to right click on the inverted side and choose flip normal. Now you'll notice that both sides of the zipper are the same color, and that is good. Cool. So we can now run the sim, and voila, the zipper closes up nice and neat, and it's a beautiful thing. And now for some bonus points, supposing we want to pose our zipper, right? It's very rare that you see a zipper that is completely imperfectly closed. Like usually they're at least a little bit open, sometimes half open. And so I want to pose this thing so it looks more natural, and this is very easily done. Simply select the move tool and then click on the slider of the zipper, which is the big bulky thing with the pull tab that you slide up and down the zipper length to open and close it. So we're going to click on that with the move tool, and now we can slide that down the length of the zipper, and once you've got it where you want it, you run the sim again, and hey presto, we have a very natural looking zipper now. A little bit open, not perfect, much more realistic. I love this feature. It is very cool. It's a simple thing, but it adds life. Cool. So now that we've got our opening, we just need to repeat the steps we took for the cuff. We grab the zipper tool, click on the start and end points for both sides of the zipper. So now we run the sim, and boom, there we go. We've got a nice little zipper. I'm having fun here, man. This is starting to come together. I don't know about you guys, but when things start to come together, I get excited. It's looking like something. So let's keep going here. All right, now to end this session, I've left the best for last. We're going to make one more hole for the side pockets. Now, as with the chest pocket, we'll use the dart tool to make the initial opening. And the one difference here is that the zippers are placed at an angle, right? So to make sure the openings are square, after eyeballing them in place, one more time, we're going to right click on top and bottom line segments and choose the change length option, which we're familiar with by now. And actually this also applies to the previous step. Make sure to use the both option under location so that the line scales uniformly from the center, right? So you keep them kind of square top and bottom this way. So uniform from the top and center, and then set both the top and bottom lines to be equal lengths, and do the same for the side walls of our opening, and we're ready to add our final zipper. Now remember to start your zipper at the point that it will logically open from. In this case, I think the zipper should start at the top. So I begin by clicking on the top of the zipper opening. From here, it's the same procedure as before. Run the sim and we're done. Well, thanks for watching. I have a lot of fun making these videos. I hope you enjoy them too. And thanks for the feedback and comments. That is always appreciated, and it's great encouragement. And especially thanks for subscribing. Until next time, happy modeling. Cheers.
Yeah.